This is part 4 of the sphere, square, triangle, circle grade 8 project. This will be the last video in the series. In this video, we're going to create the assembly by placing all these parts together. The goal is to have each part extend out from each end 1 inch, so it looks like this from the isometric view and this from the front view. So I'm going to come back to OnShape. And I'm going to notice at the bottom I have my assembly file. I'm going to click on my assembly file, clicking on Insert. I'm going to click Sphere with Square Hole. I'm going to left click to bring that into my field, right click the green check mark. As you can see, if I click on it and drag it, I can move it. What I want to do is right click on it and fix it. Again, what that does, it sets a geometric rule that I'm going to pin this to my workspace so it cannot move. So now I click and drag and I can't move that part. I'm going to come back to Insert, and now I'm going to grab my rectangle with a triangular hole. I'm going to place that into my workspace. Green check mark. Now I could easily do this with planar mates, but the easiest way to do this is by doing a fasten mate, because in planar mate I would have to use 3 XYZ to lock it in. This I can just choose the center point of my top, and if I navigate around to find the center point of my square hole opening, green check mark, I'm going to close this out because I don't need a second one. And what I can see is I fastened this. Now as I grab onto my rectangle, I've set the geometric rule that it is attached to my sphere at that point, so it cannot move. And because my sphere is fixed, that will not move either. I'm going to click Insert. I'm going to grab my triangle with a circle hole. I'm going to place that in as well. Green check mark. I'm going to go through the same process, grabbing my fasten mate, finding the center point in the middle of that equilateral triangle, going to the opening of my triangle, finding that same center point, and clicking and fastening it. So you can see I've chosen those two in my menu here. I can then green check mark to close that out. Gaining perspective, you can see I'm fastened. If I look at it from the right side, I have those 1 inches sticking out from each side. I'm going to come back to my Insert button. I'm going to grab my cylinder. I'm going to place my cylinder in. Green check mark to eliminate that menu. Again, I'm going to come to my fasten mate, and I'm going to find the center of that cylinder. I'm going to navigate, and what I want to be able to find now, and this is going to be a little tricky, is find the center of that hole. You can see that I get the hidden lines of where that feature is when I angle myself properly. I'm going to hit my green check mark. I can close out my fasten menu, navigate myself, and I can click and drag, and I have now set the geometric rules to join this part together, and I can look at it from different perspectives to see that it is completed.